Okay, so I hope this is. Oh, finally I'm live, is it? Oh, so there was an option here and then I was not able to find it. Okay, so I hope this is. Okay, oh, so finally I'm live, is it? Okay, so the voice is coming from a mobile phone. That's okay. You can see me now, everyone. I'm live, and then I'm not sure if I'm properly audible there. Just let me know in the chat window if I'm properly audible. So yes, we are live after a long time. It's been 2 weeks, and then I was not live. I was busy with some other work, something happening in my personal life, so that's why I was busy. Okay, great. Oh, there's an echo. Oh, I don't think so. There's an echo. At least from my side, I'm not able to see it. I'm not able to hear the echo here. Let me just check once. Okay, so the voice is coming from a mobile phone. Okay, everything looks good. Yeah, great. Let's get started. So everyone, this is another live session. I know I'm here to answer your questions, and I will do that soon. Before that, I just need to give a quick updates. The updates is regarding the series we are going to start, and the series is Golang. Okay, so it is still in planning phase. It will take some time to get started. So once with parallelly with Golang, we'll also work on blockchain series, and that's the plan. So that's the plan which is coming up, and then I'm all set to start a new series. I know it's been a long time. We have not done a lot of videos, but soon we'll start. Okay, so who is the person sitting behind me? His name is Harsh. He's working on some video and thumbnails. Okay, so he takes care of the backend as of now. Okay, a voice issue. Is it not properly audible? Still an echo. Okay, that's weird. I'm using the mic properly, so what's the issue? Hello, hello. Let me just check once. What's the issue? How about now? Is it proper? Can you hear me? Okay, great. So it seems everything is good. Still an echo? That's weird. Okay, great. I will pick up your question, but I can see so many questions are coming up at the same time. I will pick up one by one, and here we go. Oh, there's an echo. There's an echo. There's an echo. I'm not able to see the echo. Oh, here echo. Still an echo. That's weird. Okay, great. I will pick up your question, but I can see so many questions are coming up at the same time. No, there's no echo. What's wrong? Where you can see the echo? Okay, so let me just pick up the questions and then we can get started. So, question: what is the scope of Flutter? It has a very good scope. Of course, if you want to build an application for both the platforms, like if you want to build application for Android and iOS at the same time, of course, you will be going for Flutter, and it has a good future. Yes, we have other options as well. We can go with JavaScript way, or we can go with what other option we have. So your choice, right? You can go with Flutter. You can go with like some framework like Ionic, but I guess Flutter has a good future because of Google, right? It's a Google product. Okay, next question. What's up? Okay, Vikram. Where's the question? Just went up. Questions are just going up very fast today. What's wrong? Again, an echo. So I guess you're watching this from start, and that there was an echo at the start, but I've just resolved it. So it should be properly audible now. Okay, next question is Flutter versus React, which is better? Of course, I'm a big fan of Flutter, so of course I would say Flutter, but React is giving a good time for Flutter to in the market. So of course, both are good. It's depend upon you which one you want to choose. The only thing is React is more of JavaScript, and I'm not a big fan of JavaScript, and that's why I would choose Flutter. But your choice. If you are comfortable with JavaScript, why not React? Alternative to Java. There are so many options nowadays. We have Kotlin, we have Scala, Go language, we have Dart. So there are so many options for Java. It's just that the ecosystem of Java is so powerful that in future as well, if you want to build a project, you might choose Java. And Java is getting updated very fast. So there are so many alternatives. It's just that people who are working on Java may stick to Java for a long time. And it's a good language after all. Okay, JavaFX or Swing? Of course, JavaFX. Swing is an old thing. Yes, I know in a lot of colleges they are still teaching you Swing, but JavaFX it is. So if you want to build a Geo application for desktop, of course you will be going for JavaFX. Okay, so thank you so much, Raj, for the super chat. It's always helpful. Okay, next question. What's the scope of AWS? It has a very good scope. It's just that, the moment you ask a question about the scope, every technology nowadays has a good scope. It's just depend upon you, how fast you get into it and how much you explore it. Example, let's say there's old technology. Let's say Java itself. Java is so old now, right? So it's one of the most popular language available. Now, the moment you talk about Java, if you are new in the market and if you are fresher in Java, maybe you will not get much preference. But if you are master of it, of course, you will get a good preference. So it's not just about scope; it's also about how much mastery you have and do you have advantage over other people. So that's one thing. Okay, so I can't see the stats here. That's weird. Okay, next question is scope for Hadoop. Again, a good scope. So the moment you say scope, I can see so many questions based on scope today. I'm just need to check my title. Is it about scope? No, it's about ask anything. So yeah, every technology now has a good scope. It's depend upon your interest, right? So Hadoop is good, Scala is good, Kotlin is good, everything has a good future, IoT is good. Now in terms of IoT versus, Abhishek have this question, IoT versus AI. See, there are two different things, right? You can't simply compare these two. Both has a good future, good scope. It's just that the same thing. You need to learn it in a good way. So we got another super chat. Thank you, Ankit, for the super chat. And the question is how to call one Spring RESTful web service from the another Spring RESTful service. See, when you deploy your application, when you deploy your Spring application, you will get a URL, URI, you can say, and you have to use that in another web service. Maybe it's more of one service talking to another service. So it's all about URLs. So if in the same application, you will use relative URL. If it is a different application, you will use complete URL. So that's how it works. Okay, how to learn Python? So this question is from Fani Datta. Fani Datta or Fani Datta? Doesn't matter. So the question is how to learn Python. So it's very easy actually. Nowadays, learning Python is not a big thing. You can learn it from anywhere. There are so many resources available. In fact, on YouTube, I find my series as one of the best one because I made it. So you're always proud of your work, right? So yeah, so you can go with my tutorials and they're good. I'm not sure if they are best, but they are good to learn Python, and then you're good to go. After learning my series, you can have a look on Django, try to explore different frameworks available libraries available in Python. That's it. So I can see so many people are watching this. Hit that like button, everyone. That will be helpful. That's what motivates me to go live every Sunday. Okay, Vijay says Java language not good at this time. That's not the case. Java is still one of the most popular language. In fact, there's the survey done by JetBrains, and then according to them, Java is the most popular language. So it's a good thing to, as of now, to learn. Java is paid in few days. Is it true or false? Yes, the Oracle JDK which we use is getting paid version. You can't use it for free now. But if you really want to use Java and then you are committed to it, of course you can go with OpenJDK, and that works. Or maybe you can use Corretto from Amazon. That works. Okay, so I can see one more super chat here, but I'm not able to see in the chat window. Wait, that just went up. Oh, this is from Karthik. So thank you so much for Karthik for the super chat. Okay, next one, next question. uh, Please compare Python with Golang. Maybe I will try to do that in one of the video. So since I'm starting the series on Golang, yes, we can talk about difference between Python and Golang. So there's one straightforward difference is in terms of performance, because Golang directly converts your code into the machine code, and Python has a virtual code in between. So comparatively, Python is much slower than Golang. But in terms of ease of use, Python is much easy to learn and to implement. Golang is a bit difficult in terms of the syntax it has. Okay, we got one more super chat from Niladri, and the question is how to get complex query data in Hibernate. Like which field are not defined in Pojo, I want the data from a complex join query. So the thing is, Hibernate does support the HQL, which is Hibernate Query Language. And if you want to do something extra, which is not a part of Hibernate framework, you can actually hit the SQL queries. That's right, you can write SQL queries in Hibernate. So you can achieve that. So Hibernate is like an open thing. You can use whatever you want. You can go from being what do you say? You can use all the Hibernate features, the ORM features, or you can use HQL with the complex query. In fact, you can do everything in SQL, but then some people don't feel comfortable working with the class names and variables, and that's why you have SQL query as well. So you can go with native queries, and it should work. Okay, I guess we got one more super chat, but I'm not able to find super chat today. What's wrong? Oh, it's here. And the question, this is from Vamshi. Thank you, Vamshi, for the super chat. And the question is, how to master in machine learning from scratch, and what are the prerequisites? See, machine learning is trending thing, right? So everyone want to go for machine learning nowadays, and that's a good thing. Maybe if you have more people in the industry working on machine learning, of course, we might be getting some amazing solutions very fast. The thing is, if you want to learn machine learning from scratch, first of all, you need to have some mathematical concept. So we missed it. So again, come back to this session. So if you want to learn machine learning, so maths is important. Learn Python, and then you can just go to Coursera, which has some amazing courses on Python. You can go with that, and Python and machine learning. So you can go with that. And that's how you start from scratch. There are so many series nowadays which is teaching you from scratch. Okay, am I still live or it just went? Okay, I can't see the super chats now. What's wrong? So I answered Vamshi, and then who is remaining? Okay, so this is from Nishant. Thank you so much for the super chat, Nishant. And the question is, any plans for Komanda? How do you pronounce it? Kaminda. I'm not sure. I don't even know the technology. I'm not sure if I can make the series on it. Let me just take it down somewhere so that I can have a look at it on. If I find it useful for me, of course I would start a series. Okay, it's a BPM tool. It's a BPM open source workflow decision platform. Okay, I'm not sure. I'm not that into it, so I can't make a video. Still, I will check if it is helpful for the work which I'm doing. Of course, I will try to make a series on it. Okay, next question. Why index starts from 0? Now this is a very common question nowadays, why index number starts with 0. In fact, it's not just nowadays. When I started learning programming for the first time, it was C programming, if I'm not wrong. And so when we were learning array, and our professor said, hey, index number starts with 0. It was a bit tricky, but you have to understand this, right? Numbering starts with 0. So if you talk about computer understand only one language, the machine language, right? And that is 0 and 1. So if machine learning, not machine learning, if machine language itself is 0 and 1, then why to start with 1, right? So index number start with 0. It's because the numbering in computer start with 0. So even if we talk about the machine language, which is 0, 1, then if we talk about the, what do you say, what do you have? Hexadecimal numbers, it start with 0. So most of the things start with 0, that's why. Okay. Next, C++ applications. In fact, nowadays most of the robotic applications are done in C++, so it is good in that form. In fact, embedded softwares are also written in C++. Okay, next question. I can't see any questions coming up. Is my chat disconnected? Okay, I can't see the chat window. I mean, I can't see new chat coming up. Oh, now it's good. Yeah, even the ground floor is 0 floor. Okay, so I got some of the answer. Amarnath says, what is your age? Any guess? I mean, nothing to hide here. It's just that I just wanted to guess my age. Okay, where to test our programming skills? See, there is no standard range for programming skills. You know, some people say we want to hire someone who has this much skill, that much skill. It's all about can you solve a given problem. So if I give you a problem, let's say if I want you to build an application which will work on the web, on the web, which is web application basically, and that should support stock market data. So can you do that? So that's how you can check your skills. It's more about, can you build a project for different scenarios? Maybe more of experience, more of projects. So there's no standard way of testing your skills. Maybe you're good with your syntax, maybe you're good with the logic, but again, you have to build projects to test yourself. Okay, I'm so sorry I can't actually see super chats coming up, even if you're doing that. I guess I missed all these other earlier super chats here. My bad. Okay. Python projects, please. Since I'm not working on Python as of now, I'm working on some different technology. So we'll still try to do that. Okay, question from Chandra. Is it good to learn 2 or more languages simultaneously? No. First of all, even if you want to learn multiple languages, what is the purpose? It's just that you just want to learn a language, then don't do it. So stick with one language initially and do some projects in that. Once you get comfortable with that language, then you can learn second one easily. And that's the thing, once you know one language, let's say if you know C++, it is easier to learn other languages. If you know Java, it's easy to learn Python. In fact, now I'm going towards Go, so it's easy for me because I know multiple languages. So I've worked on Kotlin, I've worked on Java, I worked on Scala, I worked on Python. And then if I want to learn a new language now, it is easier for me to learn that because I have the background of all the other languages. Okay. Scope for Spring Boot. All the big applications in the industry now, they are built on Spring Boot. Maybe you have a choice. You can do it on Spring with Java or Spring with Kotlin. Both are the options for you. So you can just try that. Okay. Okay, Manya Singh says your short life story. Okay, so I brought up in Mumbai. I did my schooling in Mumbai. I did my college in Mumbai. I did my first job in Mumbai, and currently I'm staying in Mumbai. So that's my life story. So I did my BSc in IT. I did my master's in IT. I joined a company. I joined MNC. Initially, I was working there for some time, but then I have not liked the way MNC works. Maybe I was not able to cope up with the environment there. Then I joined a startup where I got the opportunity to train people, and then I was enjoying training more than I was enjoying development, and that's why I'm focusing more on training. And then that's how I started my training life. Then while giving training to one of my batch, I realized why to only teach this. I mean, why to only be my keep my knowledge to some group of people. Why not with the entire world? And that's why I went on YouTube, and then things are going good now. Huh. So, in fact, in the last live session as well, someone talked about my life story. So that's it. That's there is. Okay, PHP versus JavaScript. Nowadays, JavaScript is booming compared to PHP, so you can think about it. Android series, React series now. Android series is there already on the website, on the channel. You can just see that. Okay. So Ashish Reddy says Spring Boot means. Spring Boot is basically a framework available for Java. So we have Spring and we have Spring Boot. Spring is basically a framework for Java. Spring Boot is what you say. It's Spring plus plus, right? So Spring takes a lot of configuration to build an application. Spring Boot says, hey, I will take care of the the configuration part. So if you want to build complex applications on Java, go for Spring Boot. Pranay Vlog says, thanks for the book, Head First Java. Oh, you were there in the meetup? Because in the meetups, I do distribute books. This time I don't have much books available, but soon we'll be having some meetups in maybe next month in Mumbai. Okay. Okay, best ever says, guys, please type, slow type. That's right. Don't just bombard with the questions. It is difficult to even look at one particular question. Okay, next question is from, has Go have future? Is it worth to switch from Java to Go? Now, first of all, learning a language is not a big task, right? You can learn Go. It's just that if you're working for a company and that company says, hey, now we have to focus on, we have a new project which needs Go language, then switch. You don't have to stick with one technology if your project or if your company demands. If they say, hey, you have to switch to React.js, go for it. If they say go for Go, go for it. If you want to say Flutter, you don't have a choice. Explore as much as possible. And that's the advantage, right? So if you learn multiple languages, so let's say if you learn Java and you are working on Java, and now you have learned Kotlin, you have learned Go, the advantage is there are certain features which is there in this language, which works a different way. You can use those features, that way of programming in your primary language. And that's the advantage you get. Okay. What's the best way of learning AWS? In fact, I would say even before touching any AWS series, what you can do is you can just go to AWS and have a look, go create an account, because it is free to create the account, look at different modules and start with any module. So just go to Coursera, go to YouTube and search for AWS tutorials and you're good to go. That's how you start. Okay, so I can see so many people watching this. Hit that like button, everyone, if you enjoy. What happens when a number is divided by 9? You get the output. Is that a question? Maybe I'm just reading the wrong questions. When are you releasing Django 2 series? Let's see. Okay, next question is Python or Java? I would say Java, but depends. If you're learning a language for the first time and then you don't have a big project coming up, of course Python makes sense. But if you want to join a big company, go for Java. Okay, question from Varun. Something about blockchain. Any update on your tutorials? Yes, blockchain series will continue. The only thing is, if you want to learn Hyperledger Fabric, Go language is important, and that's why I'm going for Go language first. Okay. Best language for blockchain? I would say go if you want to get into Hyperledger, Fabric, and if you want to go into Ethereum, then JavaScript, which is Solidity basically is based on JavaScript. Okay, next question. Waiting for Django, bro. Django is there on the website, right? It's already there. Should I go for Wipro Whelp? What is Whelp? I'm not sure. Is it any type of training they provide or test they give? Then go for it. Spring Boot plus AWS will be good for high earning future. Yes, if you are master, of course, why not? Okay. Tutorial on Docker and Kubernetes. Let's see, I can try for Docker. Not sure about Kubernetes. Can I learn Spring Boot after CodeJava? Yes, in Spring Boot you can learn Spring Code from CodeJava, but if you want to learn Spring Web Applications, then servlet knowledge will be helpful. Okay, why most, so this question is from Geek Man. Why most company demand about 60% all the academics? Because they are lazy. They are lazy to hire people. They are lazy to take interviews. See, first of all, it is difficult for a company to hire employees because you can't judge someone just in 10 minutes interview, right? So that's why, just to clarify, because see, if I say we are hiring Android developer and then so I want you to know Android. Now, if everyone is trying to apply for the job, how will I filter? Let's say if I get the application for, let's say, 2,000 people, it is difficult for me to eliminate, and that's why company says, okay, let's at least have a benchmark of 60%. That's how you judge, even if at least a person knows how to crack exams. So that's the level of checking they do. But I know that's not a good way of testing. Nowadays, people get good marks just by hearting the answers. They don't even know programming, but they still crack the Java exam. It's just because they by heart the exact programs. And when they start working on the job, that's why they struggle. And then they say, hey, I'm not a big fan of programming, it's just this and that. Second, not every good developer is good with academic skills, right? Writing exams. I'm not a big fan of writing exams, so that's the thing. So company will change it soon. It's just that from a long time, this is the criteria for different type of jobs. The same is applicable for the IT jobs, but soon it will change. Maybe by next 3 to 4 years, most of the companies will drop that benchmark. Okay, AWS tutorials is there on the website or the channel. Just check it out. Python or R for ML? Go for Python. It makes much more sense. Okay, next one is best laptop for programming and hacking. See, any machine with i5 quad-core CPU is good for any programming. So that's the thing you have to check. So even if you're buying a laptop, if it says it's i5, you have to also check is it dual core or quad-core. So if you want to get a good machine, at least try for quad-core, not dual-core. Okay. And one of the best way to improve your system performance is by using SSD. That's the mistake I'm seeing a lot of people do. They buy a good high configured laptop, but then that machine doesn't have a SSD. It has a normal hard drive, and that's a bottleneck for the performance. Okay, so I can see so many people watching this. Hit that like button, everyone. Okay. No company want to wait for 90 days notice period, how to switch. That's the issue with most of the companies. They want someone to get hired in less than 30 days, but then if you want to leave the same company, they will say 90 days notice period. That's the thing you have to crack. So talk to your HR, talk to your manager, and then tell them there's a job available for you. You can't wait for 90 days, make it 30 days, and they might fine you some money, but that's fine if you're switching. 90 days is a big time, right? It should be 1 month max. Okay. Next question. Is AWS and DevOps a good choice? Yes. Why not? It has a very good option. It is a very good option actually. Question just went up. Difference between blockchain and linked list. The same difference is between an essay and a sentence. So yeah, blockchain is basically depends on the linked list data structure, but it has so many things to it. Shubham from Vidyalankar. Hey, hi Shubham. So what you do there? BSc IT, MSc IT or engineering? Okay. Even I've done my masters from Vidyalankar. Okay. Could you please upload a video on Kotlin? We have the entire series on Kotlin. Just have a look. Okay, next one. Kotlin Java for Android application. If you are starting with Android now, I would say Kotlin is a good option, but learning Java will help you to learn Kotlin, so you can do both. Okay, so we got another super chat from Raj Kumar. So from 2 days server 500 for Django tutorials 20. So you see, you will get 500 when there's something wrong on the server side. So there's an error. So basically, error code has different numbers have different meaning. So if you get error, so if you get 200, that means everything is okay. If you get 400, means something is not found. If you get 500, there is some error on the server side. So do check everything is proper and use Stack Overflow. So copy the error which you get, paste it on the Google, go to Stack Overflow, they will help you. There will be some answers for that. Okay, so we are live from 30 minutes. So it's time to go. So last few questions and then we are done. I know I'm not able to answer all the questions. Hit that like button to motivate me more to go live next week as well. In fact, after this, we'll be having live session for the members. If you are a member of the Risco, so at 4:30, we'll be having another live sessions for members. In fact, not 4:30, but let's have a members live session at 5:30. Yeah, 5:30 seems a good time. Okay, so that's it everyone. Last one question and then we are good to go. And the question is, job or startup? In fact, Sunny Mishra says, shout out, sir, please. Hi, Sunny. Just to answer your question, Manya, job or startup, it depends. If you have an idea and if you know you can implement that, go for startup. It's just that when you are new in the market, you don't actually know what is happening in the industry. And I know you are energetic, you have some ideas, but it's not just about your idea. It's not just about if you know the technology, it's also about the business perspective. So you need to have that skills as well, the business skills, technical skills, selling skills. And if you have that, startup is a good option. If you are working with different people, let's say if you have a team of 3 and a team of 4, and you're thinking about doing a startup, then make sure that you have trust on each other, because everyone starts, but then someone will go out or back out at the wrong time, and it will affect your startup. So consider everything. If you feel everything is good, go for it. Or maybe do a job for 2 years, understand the market, understand the technology, build a good team, and then do a startup. And we got another super chat from Arbaz. Thank you so much, Arbaz, for the super chat. It is always helpful. So thank you everyone for joining. Thank you for being there for a long time, and thank you for all your super chat. So we'll see you in the next live session. Bye everyone. Bye. I don't know if you can see my hand there.